So yeah, it's been that kind of month maybe, and yeah, the main reason I did not want to talk about the Me Too is it usually eventually gets hijacked eventually. But what happens then is that yeah, people start making jokes on it, and it gets diluted a little bit, and it takes its own course. But what I see here in India is that people are out there and they really want to completely stop this from happening, and they are like ridiculing women who come out as victims and say that, oh no, this happened to me. Really, guys? I mean, we could be a bit more classy than that, don't you think? I mean, just a little bit more classy than that. So, yeah, a lot of you seem to think that the judiciary is pretty good. My experience, at least, is anyone, literally anyone, except people in the law of who I've spoken to, think the judiciary is crap. That they don't offer justice on time, and there are a lot of hours like justice delayed is justice denied and all that. And yet, every single person who's come out on the Me Too, the comments under them, a lot of these internet warriors, they're like, you have proof, you go to politician, you give complaint, and they will take action. I'm like, wow, guys, really? I mean, you have a lot of trust on the judiciary, I must say that. I mean, really, guys? Okay, let's go with that. So, the media, I have a question for you. I mean, seriously, you guys, maybe you can't take on the sharks, you can't take on the big fish. I can get that. But you won't even pick on the mice? I mean, Silambarasan, Anu Malik, I don't know, a lot of the other names, just fill in the blanks here. You can't even take on them? Wow, that's a new low even for you guys. What's stopping you? You can't even go and ask them about such an accusation. And yeah, fans of Silambarasan. Okay, first, any fan. If you're a fan on social media and your profile picture is the picture of who you're a fan of, you are literally worthless. I'm not joking here. I'm not using the word literally without knowing what it means. You're literally worthless. People actually think that you're a waste of oxygen. Let that sink in. What made you think that you could come out and give your legal opinions on and how women should be? I mean, you're a Silambarasan fan and you are telling women how they should be? Wow, that is just classy, man. Oh, that's just precious, okay. So let's leave out people like that. So proof, right? Yeah, proof. You guys are like, if you don't have proof, why are you talking about it? You know what every predator says to his or her victim? You can't prove this. You go out and tell this, they'll call you a whore. They won't believe you. They'll believe me because it's my word against yours. So you can't prove it. So you might as well shut up and let this go. Guess what? You guys are telling the victims the exact same thing. The exact same thing. So you are just doing the predator's job for them. And guess what? The victims who are reading these accounts, you know what they'll think? Oh yeah, I can't prove this. I'm just going to shut up. I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe I thought it was a big deal. Maybe it's just a normal thing for a lot of people. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. I'll be abused the same way these women or these men are being abused. And let's put on the criminal's hat, so to speak, in this case. You know what they're thinking? Oh, so if I commit crimes that cannot be proved, that are completely devoid of proof, then these guys are going to pretty much prove me right. I mean, I can do whatever I want, and all these internet warriors will come, not just internet warriors, all these nice people, cultured people will come and defend me. Wow, guys, I mean, that's a new law even for you keyboard warriors, don't you think? Okay. So, yeah, about proof. You live in India. I guess most of you at least live in India. Have you ever paid bribes? Oh, can you prove it? Oh, you can't. Oh, you're lying, aren't you? You're lying, aren't you? I mean, if you could prove it, then it's true. If you can't prove it, then it didn't happen, right? You are just spoiling the reputation of our good policemen, of our good government officials. That's a shame on you. Right? So, if no corruption in India can be proved, India is a corruption-free country. Hooray! Yeah, that's a great thing to happen, isn't it? Nice. So, yeah, and actors, fans, yeah, like I said, back off, and the other group of people I want to back off is these WhatsApp forward aunties. I mean, the aunties who are appearing these WhatsApp forwards, and Twitter is like, oh, you know what? Once this kind of abuse was happened on me, and I just slapped him, and he went away. No Me Too story for me. I'm like, what? Really? Okay. And there was this white dress auntie who was like, I'm an exponent in this, I'm an exponent in that, I do this, I do that, and I've never been abused, because when an abuser came to me, I was like, oh no, you don't do that shit and get away from me. And I was like, then nobody abused me. And like, you're women, for crying out loud. Really? I mean, you won't even have that much. You won't even have that much bloody empathy. I mean, seriously? Please, guys, if we can't help the victims, that's great. If you can't have an opinion to offer, if you don't have an opinion to offer, that's also fine. But, don't, do this to the victims. There are actual victims. You guys have not been in their shoes. Have some bloody empathy, for crying out loud. I mean, maybe your circumstances were different. I mean, if you can defend yourself, hats off to you. But there are people out there who can't defend themselves. There are people out there without influence. There are people out there who have to feed their families. They have to go with all this. If someone abuses them but still gives them a chance to sing or dance or whatever, they might have to go through with it to feed their families. I mean, you can't judge what they've been through. A lot of people, a lot of women especially, can't speak out. They're not as gutsy as you. So this is just a cringy thing to do. Why would you cash in on something like this? Women already are being suppressed. There are hundreds, thousands of victims possibly who have not spoken out. Let them speak out. Let it be true, let it be false, but don't do this. I mean, don't give an impression that you are immune to all this kind of stuff. There's no such thing. Come on. We are better than that, right? Yeah, so WhatsApp aunties and all you warriors, back the, off, right? Oh, and before I close, there are a lot of accusations against Chinmay, who's been leading this, saying that you are not perfect, you have done a lot of mistakes in life, you've had boyfriends, you have gone clubbing. This is probably among the lowest that we could go. Chinmay is very much imperfect, and that is why I think she's the perfect face for this movement, because you don't have to be perfect to escape abuse. If you're perfect, can you escape abuse? It's not possible. That's not the way the world works. I mean, do you really need someone to tell you this? I'm surprised, because if a woman or a man conforms to your norm of what is good and what is bad or what is acceptable, it doesn't mean that they will escape abuse all through their life. Okay, predators don't work like that. They're not like, oh, that's a good girl, okay, I should not do anything. An imperfect person can still be abused. They can still come out and speak. You don't have to be perfect. You're not perfect. Don't ask people to be perfect. That's not going to happen. Don't set such high standards for the victims and such low standards for the predators. It's disgusting.